Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I have another really fun topic for you. Crystals and their elements. So this is going to be a really cool video. This is one of my favorite topics because I love the elements. I am someone who loves the elements. I think they're beautiful. I love that everything that God has made under his beautiful firmament. And I'm going to talk to you about all the gemstones that hold power of certain elements, and things will make sense, and you could wear gemstones based off your element or what element you resonate with. So I'm going to tell you despite what the zodiac has to say, because you have multiple zodiac signs. People are like, what's your sign? I'm like, which one? Which astrology? So we have a sun sign, a rising sign. We have a whole bunch of signs. So a moon sign, of course, but the point is, you're more than one sign, so don't base your element based off of, your element's what you like. Why is that? It's because you resonate with it. What's your favorite color? What color are you? Or what's your soul color? Most of the time, people's favorite color is an extension of their second or third favorite colors, which is kind of interesting. So that's not the sun, that's just a light. But, or any kind of, because of course people know it's nighttime, so people are like, what's that glowing thing above you? So I'm at the beach and it's nighttime. So when it comes to your favorite crystal, your favorite element, that's your element. Yeah, that's your element. There you go. Made it nice and easy for you. Now, what's your favorite crystal? I like you guys to say your favorite crystal. Most of you is black tourmaline. We're going to start this video off by talking about black tourmaline and the element of black tourmaline, which is a lot to think about. I actually had trouble teaching this a while ago because I'm like, I have to teach this perfectly correctly, and I'm like, no, I don't. It's because this is from, and yes, I'm teaching it perfectly correctly, but I don't have to make it so structured. Information that's structured is not very helpful when it comes to gemstones, because gemstones are very versatile. So I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. I'm not going to teach it so structured. I'm gonna hop all over the place with different gemstone information, because that's how you guys will learn. It's because I'm like, oh, this crystal does this, and people are like, I think I remember him saying that, and like, it doesn't resonate because it's robotic. You go on, I'm not gonna say much, but if you go on a lot of videos and a lot of places, it's like, this crystal resonates with the mind and the soul, and people are like, the mind and the soul. Okay, I got amethyst for my mind and my soul, and people are like, what do I do with this information? Like, meanwhile, the person's being spiritually attacked, and like, my mind and my soul. So let's get straight into this, because I'm going to be specific. Maybe this is how you can understand gemstones, because they can be tough to learn, so this will help you remember gemstones. Black tourmaline first. So black tourmaline is, just look at its physical properties. So it's piezoelectric and it's pyroelectric. Electricity is one of its main elements, because like electricity I categorize as an element. But it's fire, electricity, and earth. So black tourmaline has 3 main elements to it, which is pretty cool. It also has, it has a little bit of air and a little bit of water in it, like element-wise, even though it's from the earth, just because of its, for example, I'll get into that in a second, but just think about it like this. Every gemstone can hold the power of every element, okay? Even in a small amount. So, and the angel said that's correct, so. Because teaching this video is very, very difficult. So I'm like, how can I teach this 100% correctly? But like I said, I'm going to go off the topic of it. So black tourmaline, let's go straight into its aspects of electricity. So basically, if you didn't know, now you do. Black tourmaline harms demons. It literally harms them. It makes them feel like they're getting, they've touched an electrical wire, or they're getting tased. So any lower level entity, spirit, demon, not ancestors, because you have to understand, negative energy carries a weight. So if that being on the other side has that weight, then they have something to worry about. If they don't, then they don't have to worry about anything. So the demon in the spiritual realm, or the lower level entity in the spiritual realm, will actually get fried. It's like they just went, like, it's like a prison fence. You touch it, ow! That's how that works. So you have a black tourmaline as a wall spiritually, but it's protected. So I wish I had a piece of black tourmaline with me right now, but so I wish I had a piece of black tourmaline right now. It's also let's go into the earth element aspect about it, because black tourmaline, it's called schorl online. It's very, I don't like the word name schorl for it, but it's like, it's almost, if you see like the striations, like there's a bunch of lines in it. It can be pointy. You can poke yourself on tourmaline, not like selenite, because selenite can be super sharp. But if you see black tourmaline, it just can break off sometimes. That's why it's best to wear it as jewelry. If you have it in your pocket, it's gonna go a bunch of pieces of tourmaline everywhere. But it's like, if you actually, I wish I could show you. It's actually it's on my the actual YouTube video thumbnail. The black tourmaline's on there, so it runs in like striations. So those are sharp in the spiritual realm. When dark energy tries to touch you, it's pointy earth. It literally pokes them. Fire element. Black tourmaline is pyroelectric. It holds heat. It'll literally take the energy that someone has bad towards you and make it go back to them. That's why it's a return to sender as well. That's why I say put it in the sunlight. So black tourmaline, and if you'd like the best black tourmaline in the entire world, go to floridasdomain.com as a necklace. It's better as a necklace because vampires fight here. So I also do custom necklaces. You can DM on Instagram for a custom necklace. But the thing about black tourmaline is, I'm going to focus on black tourmaline for a second, because you have to understand it has different elements to it. Talk about the water aspect. So it has this much of a water aspect to it. It's something called the black waters. So if you know much about it, it's basically Azrael's waters. The waters that have to do with the subconscious mind. So it's very subconscious. So it has other aspects to it. But our air, the black air, black winds. So that's something in the spiritual realm. There are places in the spiritual realm that have the wind is black. Like, it's literally, because you ever just smell a flower and know what color the flower is by smelling it? The same thing applies in the spiritual realm, because it's more than the third dimension. So there's areas in the spiritual realm that have black winds, basically really dark winds. So it's not dark as in bad, it's dark as in subconscious. It'll fuel the subconscious. So like, think about it like this. It's black, it's pitch black out there, but I feel wind. So you look into it, and this will help you understand the background about different elements, and every stone having pretty much every element. Every stone has every element. So let's jump into another crystal. Quartz has all elements, especially fire element. Now let's go into another crystal. I talked about amethyst. One of the angels suggests jade, so I'll talk about jade in a second. But amethyst is a stone of the mind. It's purple. So if you know the chakra diagrams online, they're not as helpful for this. So you can think of this as wind in the lungs. So wind. The mind is electricity, because thoughts are electric. I hope this shouldn't confuse you guys. It should open your mind. So every crystal has a different element to it. So amethyst is more of a wind element crystal, or space element, because online calls this something about ether or whatever. You can throw that out. You can just throw it out. Call it space. I don't know where they got that word from. It means something different in the spiritual realm, but throw that word out. So basically, space, earth, and everything in between is us. How cool. So amethyst governs, because people who have amethyst will have downloads and intuition. That comes from above. It comes from what we know as space, which the only space is between here and the firmament. So everything between that, and yeah, exactly that. So the space between here and the firmament. So that the crown is the closest part of our bodies to the heavens. So the crown governs space, aka the space between us and heaven. How cool. So that's why you feel so intuitive and calm. It's because when you get up there, you're super calm. When you go above the firmament, you are super calm. So let's talk about a green crystal, like jade, like my angel just suggested again. But jade is super good jade has multiple elements, and amethyst is also air element, space element, earth element, because it calms you down. You can put amethyst becomes citrine in the ground, so it's also a fire element, but it's a very different kind of fire. So it's a very different kind of fire. So it's Archangel Metatron's fire, so it's for intelligence. But or Zadkiel's fire for forgiveness. So let's talk about jade. Jade is an earth element stone, so it's green. I just pointed at the ground. The ground is green. That's green. So jade, what happens when you step on the ground and you take your shoes off? You feel very connected. Jade will have you very connected to your earth. Your earth, including your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, the ground. So we're basically just walking earth. We're flesh robots. This is a vessel, remember? So we're just walking around with earth. And Jade helps us feel whole. It basically takes the finer things in life and attracts them to you. It pulls it towards you based on the earth element. Let's talk about the earth element, because Jade is very grounding too. And like I said, I'm going to be hopping around information in this video because it's very important. Jade will have you grounded. It'll have you feeling calm. It'll bring abundance and prosperity because it's an earth element crystal. So I said Jade is earth, right? It is. How is earth? Because earth is the lower chakras. Earth is the root chakra. If it's a heart chakra, so unless we're information online, and like I said, for information about gemstones, you can't just put it in one area. So it's literally, gemstones are sophisticated and they're constantly evolving. So jade is earth. It's the same color as the grass, earth. So how can you think of it? It's grounding, but online will tell you that, it'll tell you that the root chakra is earth, and it'll just confuse you. So don't go for information online. Go based on what your angels say and your intuition says. That's why I tell you guys to come up with your information based on your heart and soul that God gives you, not what's online. AI has never worn a crystal, so how can AI tell you about a crystal? By going to other websites that have AI. Okay, so so jade is an earth crystal. It's also a fire crystal. Why is jade a fire crystal? So let me talk about, it basically is protective in a fiery aspect. Jade is like a dragon. It sits on gold. It protects the gold. It protects the abundance, like Smaug from The Hobbit. And jade will literally breathe fire at whoever tries to take it. So it's very defensive. It's very protective. They use it all throughout ancient China. So jade resonates with earth. Earth element has to do with anti-aging as well. If you ever watch Avatar, I think it's Avatar Kyoshi, I believe. Basically, it's pretty cool because that Avatar did a meditation. They did a meditation, which is an actual real thing in real life that the ancient Chinese have done. A meditation to reverse their age. And what do you think people are doing with jade facial rollers? Do you think it's just because it's a facial roller that you're rubbing jade on your face? You might as well wear it as a necklace. I'll have more jade coming up in the future, but jade is earth, fire, some air, because it'll have you hearing your guides better. So let's get another gemstone, because I'm just giving you a general idea. This is very in-depth and it's very specific, so I might not have to as many gemstones as I'd like. So talk about citrine. Citrine is a fire element. It was once amethyst in the ground until it got heated up. So this is why you have to be fluid with crystal information. You can't just stay rooted in one aspect of crystal information. So that's earth, because earth element has to do with attracting money and holding money and stability and finances. So citrine is an earth element, a fire element because it's the solar plexus chakra, and an air element crystal. Why air? Is because, remember, it was once amethyst. It still has those properties a little bit. Let's hop to another crystal. Obsidian, pure fire in earth. Fire in earth. Obsidian's literally fire in earth. It's like 1,000,000% fire. I don't recommend obsidian for beginners because it's intense. It's not an overly friendly gemstone to beginners. Just a disclaimer. What about another crystal? Because we're going through some crystals now since it's towards the end of the video. White crystals, space. And earth, but mainly space. So if you understand the concept of this video, lighting. Okay, cool. It's not even that kind of day. I mean, it's not, but how cool. So let's talk more about the gemstone of the white gemstones, since they have to do with space. Angels get happy when I talk about the white gemstones too, but it has to do with purity. Moonstone, space, and earth. It literally looks like it's space inside of earth. So blue gemstones, the ones that go around in your throat, are mainly air. So let's just go over a bunch of topics real quick. So generally, white has to do with, and this is where the gems come in the video, white has to do with space. Purple has to do with space, sometimes air. The blue ones have to do with air and water, actually. I didn't really get the water gemstones in this video. So let's go down some more. So there's different polarities of water. So there's hot water and cold water. So this has to do with more of the cold water. So green crystals more have to do with, green and pink have to do with the earth. Sometimes fire and air, just depends on the gemstone. For example, rose quartz is earth and air. Now, what are other crystals? What about orange crystals? Fire and earth, sometimes water. For example, carnelian's all three of those, because carnelian's the hot water. So brown crystals, earth. Black crystals, earth. Brown crystals, earth and something else. Black crystals, earth and something else. So gray crystals, what color is gray? You ever see some confusing information online about the color gray? About, it's about walking between the worlds. Because this is the crown, this is the root, this has to do with space, this has to do with the earth. You're in between both. So gray is good for astral travel. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. For all the people who would like to see their massive life changes, you can DM Florida Stone Man on Instagram for a custom necklace, handmade, hand-tailored by the Florida Stone Man. These necklaces will change your life, and they come with spiritual mentoring for life as well. If you like a necklace from the website, get a necklace from the website. Have the world's most powerful gemstones, and they're blessed. That's why people don't have the negative side effects with the Florida Stone Man gemstone. For the people who have gemstones and they're like, oh, it's a super negative side effect. I'm like, that's how you know you didn't get it from me, because mine are blessed through the Most High God. I make sure that I acknowledge the Most High God in every single gemstone I touch, because they come from Him. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.